I can't remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything the two of us can't do. Through the years, you've never let me down. You've turned my life around. The sweetest days I've found with you. Through the years, I've never been afraid. I've loved the life we've made, and I'm so glad I stayed right here with you through the years. I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, who I listened to before. I swear you've taught me everything I know. Can't imagine needing someone so. But through the years it seems to me I need you more and more. Through the years, through all the good and bad, I know how much we had. I've always been so glad to be with you. Through the years, it's better every day. You've kissed my tears away. As long as it's okay, I'll stay with you through the years. Through the years when everything went wrong, together we were strong. I know that I belong right here with you. Through the years, I never had a doubt we'd always work things out. I've learned what life's about by loving you through the I'll stay with you through the
My love, there's only you in my life, the only thing that's right.
My first love, your every breath that I take, your every step I make.
And I want to share all my love with you. No one else will do.
And your
hearts that beat as one. Our lives have just begun.
Forever,
I'll hold you close in my arms. I can't resist your charms.
and love.
Oh, love, I'll be a fool for you, I'm sure.
You know I don't mind.
Oh, you know I don't mind. 'Cause you mean the world to me. Oh,
I know
I found in you my endless love. I'll be that fool for you, I'm sure.
You know I don't mind.
Oh, you know I don't mind, and yes, you'll be the only one. 'Cause no one can deny this love I have inside, and I'll give it all to you, my love, my endless love.
Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by, and we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family.
then when Tara realized that
testimony through their life and many years that you've been in the center of that. We just praise you and thank you for a life given to you, serving you. Bless our time and our conversations and the food, and it's in Jesus' name, His precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. It was hard to be a twin and give up my sister. But when I met Joe and I saw how happy my sister was, it was very easy to give up her. We could still be close, we could still shop, but I needed to really see Joe in a different light. A little story that some of you grandchildren might not know, but you're about that age. Beware of going to a swimming pool, because Kathy laid eyes on Joe Prince when she was an 8th grader. He was on the diving board, and she knew, she said, he's the one I'm going to marry. And so, not that she didn't marry in 8th grade, but after they finished and they grew up some and whatever, Sublets and the Princes came together. What a blessing. My children were so blessed with Grandma and Grandpa calling them Grandpa and Grandpa. Yeah. And we did, truly like that song, became family. And the song about first love, Joe was Kathy's first love. It's definitely. So it can work, it can make it 50 years. So we continue to pray for them, continue to celebrate with them, and then maybe some of us will make it to 50. So I want to pray and just thank the Lord again for this union, what He has in store the next 10 years. Father, you know what's going to happen the next 10 years. You know who will be called to heaven. You'll know who, Father, might be even stillborn, and grandchildren, and maybe great-grandchildren. And we just thank you and praise you, Father, what you have in store for this couple and this family. May all of us encourage them along this journey. May we all encourage the children and the grandchildren to be all that they were called to be. And we just thank you, Father, for the fruit of this love and what you have planned in the next 10 years. We thank you and praise you. In Jesus' name. Now, we're going to give you new opportunity, especially the children, I asked them if they wanted to, and maybe grandchildren or maybe friends, sister-in-laws, whoever. If you have a memory or you just want to share, you want to bless through word something for Joe and Kathy.
When I think about, with the Princes being, I always think of you guys as like my half brother and sisters, because we just grew up so much together with Mom and Kathy, obviously twins, and so much time at your guys' house. And I can remember, pre being in school would be like, on a visit, and then we'd be all negotiating, and we're gonna go, you're gonna trade to their house, and we're gonna trade to their house, and then getting out the door was a half an hour event to who's trading whose kids, and we'd spend a lot of extra time, and then and that was a lot of our early years before we got busy in sports. But I had the really amazing blessing of getting to live with Kathy and Joe for about 4 months of my senior year in high school after my parents moved to Greenwood, and so that was just such a blessing in my life to get to finish my senior year there at my high school, get to just still have that close bond with Jeremy and Christian, get to be roomies with them for longer than just 3 days, and get to see them, in their lives and as they were in college and those next stages, and just being such a positive influence on me. I can always remember Kathy being just so welcoming anytime stopping by. I can always remember Uncle Joe. Like when I think of playing basketball, he'd always say, "That kid's got potential." That just resonates. I still think that kid's still got potential. I still try to figure it out. but that's just what I remember so much of just being around you guys. So thank you so much for just the blessing you've done in my life, and just welcoming me in and inviting me as one of your half kids.
I'll go. My name is Brian White, and I had the privilege for a number of years of being Joe and Kathy's pastor. I think one of the things that stands out with Joe and Kathy is the infilling of the Holy Spirit. That they are vibrant in their faith, and they are outspoken about their faith. Kathy more than Joe, but certainly what a privilege. And for a number of years, we had a house church at Joe and Kathy's, and I think she continues to teach with a different group of people. But people, it's an ebb and flow. It's come in just different groups of people, and what a gift Joe and Kathy have been to me, and I just thank you for your friendship.
All right, I'll talk. So, in 1995, Jeremy came to Harrison High School, where I was going to school, and we played on the basketball team together and got to be friends. And one day in the cafeteria, in summertime for summer workouts, he walked through with this really cute blonde girl. And at the time, I just thought she was really cute. And she was asking for directions of how to get to the gymnasium, and Jeremy and I helped her find directions to the gymnasium. Well, lo and behold, that year we had a class, that cute blonde girl and I had a class together, and we actually sat right next to each other. And so she liked to flirt with me, and so she really liked to flirt with me, and we went throughout the year, and her flirting got more and more, and as we reached the spring semester, I felt it my responsibility to ask her to go to the prom with me. Well, at the time, I wasn't the greatest kid in high school. I liked to have fun a little bit, and I'm sure that Mr. and Mrs. Krantz had heard about this young Sims kid that wasn't always the best of kids. And so Jima went home and said, "Hey, Dusty has asked me to go to the prom with him," and I believe Kathy's words were, "Over my dead body." And so...
No, I think it's better.
How do you go from last to first? Crazy.
You did turn to Dad and say, if something happens to me, it's over your dead body.
Oh, yeah. So I had two over dead bodies hanging over there at the beginning of this, but thankfully, my amazing now brother-in-law said, "Mom, Dusty's really a good guy. You should let her go to the prom." And so, long story short, I was able to go to the prom with Jama, and they just. But even though you guys don't want to cry, right? The kids take bets on me when I have to speak and things about whether I'll cry or not. They usually bet against me. But even though they had this perception of me, they didn't make it the reality, and I appreciate that, because now I have a beautiful wife and 3 kids. And they could have said over my dead body, and Jeremy, no, but they didn't, and they didn't judge me, and they let me be the young man that I was and date their daughter, which I know now that I have 2 daughters. It's not an easy decision. And I just thank you for opening your home to me. And through that journey.
Did you tell them the story about the parents?
I told somebody that story the other night. I'll get there, Joe. So they opened their doors to me and welcomed me, but really showed me, I came from a Christian home. We attended church, but we didn't. Church was something we did, and so they showed me what it was like to live a life of Christ in a family. And I hope I've been able to do that in my life. But anyway, so I remember, Matt and all the Hallsmer kids and everybody being together, and all the Prince family, and getting to meet Grandma Prince when I first came to join in with the family activities, and just getting to know the family and expanding and learning about your heritage of your families, Grandpa Sublet's stories, and his pipe, and all the things that I remember about your families have just been a blessing to me. But I just when you get married and you come from 2 different homes and you come together, Jama was very much like her mama when we got married. The one thing that I didn't know, and Joe has already aforementioned it, that their love of sweets in the Krentz home was above and beyond any family I'd ever met. And so at my home, my mom would make cookies on a special occasion. At the Krentz household, they make cookies every night, or brownies every other night. And so as we were dating, and I would come over to the house, and the story Joe was alluding to, one night I was over there, I think Amanda was there, all the girlfriends and boyfriends were there, and I'm standing there because I have not got a chance to step my foot into this culture yet of these sweets. But a pan of brownies finished in the oven. The 4 Krentz kids and Kathy, Joe had already learned his lesson at that point. We're standing there with forks in their hands like this. And I'm kind of observing. And the pan of brownies was sat on the counter bar top. And I immediately watched these brownies at 350 degrees come out of the oven. And these forks started going into the brownie pan like this. And they were being dipped into their mouths, and they're going, the glass of milk was being passed around the table. It was like a Christian boss. And Kathy said to me, "Dusty, get you a brownie." I said, "No, I'd like not a fork to be stuffing around my hand." But that was just a moment in time that I learned their love of sweets. But baking was their family, and cookies. And now my wife has done that. My girls make cookies and all the thing. But it's just a part of the memory I have of what brought that family together. And I was scared of the forks, but I just truly loved the joy that was there every time I visited that home. And ultimately that joy has been now almost 24 years a part of my life. And I just thank you for being my mother and father. You can tell us.
I'm not as bad as what they all say. When Jeremy says it took a special person to marry me, that's just because he knows that I'm a lot like my mother. It's not a bad thing. It just means we know what we like, and it's going to be done that way. So was not the way it was going to be. So it turned, that first year of marriage is a fun one, and a fun one. To learn each other. But 50 years, wow. I mean, 50 years. But no, I think of 50 years, and I watched the video of that Jeremy made that was so beautiful. And I see my parents on their wedding day, and I've seen the pictures, but maybe with music it makes it more emotional. But I'm like, wow, they were babies, like, you were what, 20? 20, like, babies. I mean, like, I have an 18-year-old, like, don't get any idea. Right? It was a different time. And you had known Dad since he was, what, 13? On the diamond. So, anyway, but I look at that and I as a child, and I'm sure you all feel the same way, I don't think I ever looked at my parents and thought, they were, I didn't know that they existed before the four of us, because I didn't know them, obviously then. But they were kids, and they had to learn, what a marriage is, and I'm just so grateful to have been raised in a healthy and wonderful, godly home that, gave me morals and gave me purpose, and home just felt home. So as a teacher, especially in education, I help a lot of kids, and I learned that there are kids that didn't have a home like that. And for me growing up, it wasn't a question. I thought everybody had a home like that. So I just want to say thank you, for giving me all that I had, which I thought was normal. And I realized, in my life, that it's very special, and I don't want to take it for granted. And none of us should. If we have a home like that, it felt safe, it felt warm. And at my age now, we live in Florida, but we come back, and it still always feels like home. And my kids, I remember my Noah, and he probably still says this, but when he was little, he used to say, "Can we just go to Grandma's? Because Grandma and Grandpa's place is one of my favorite places to be." And so, and they still feel that way. It just feels like home. So thank you for all that you did for us, your selflessness, and your love. So just appreciate you.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Growing up through school, every summer it was just the expectation that we'd go to Grandma's house. We were gonna go to Grandma's house, Grandma's coming to us, and that was just something that I thought was normal. And kind of like how Mom touched on, like, not every kid grows up in a home like ours. I thought every kid went to see their grandma over the summer, whether they lived far or they lived close. But then I grew up and I realized that wasn't the case. That shocked me. And the amazing memories I have from the water slide in the backyard, to popsicles on the porch, to playing wiffle ball in the field, to volleyball, and all those things like that, they really are such close memories that I will always have. Just growing up at your house, going there every summer. There was never a summer that I was like, oh, I have to drive 16 hours in the car. I want to go all the way to Grandma. But, yes, I hated 16 hours in the car, and sometimes we got to fly. But I never really go back and think that I never ever wanted to come to Grandma's house. All three of us really, we loved going to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and it was seriously some of the best memories. And best memories because I grew up alongside my best friends that I got to see once or twice a year. Abby and Aiden, Kayla and Jordan and Kyle and Emily, and all the kids that seriously are my best friends. And I seriously have the best memories with them. Abby and I get to see each other maybe once a year, and we see each other and boom, we click. And I seriously think that we have this relationship because of the memories that we have at your guys' house growing up. So I just want to say thank you for giving me my best friends and the amazing memories growing up. And I pray that one day I have a spouse like yours and a family like yours that can come together after 50 years of marriage and still say such beautiful things that everybody has said about how much they love you and all the memories of it. So,
Nice job, man.
I'm Noah. Next in line. So I've known Grandma and Grandpa for a while. And I was saying we always enjoyed going to their house and stuff and doing all the slides and memories and dances, Disney Channel songs, and
Yeah.
High School Musical, and watching movies, Grandma's Tennessee Room and stuff like that. and we've all kind of grown a little bit since then. But it's so nice that we all get to come here and just be people, just family, together.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it short. Thanks for just being my grandma and my grandpa. And yeah, 50 years. Wow, I'm like.
I'm Sharon Allen, married to Ron, and we've been married over 50 years also. But the thing is, I remember high school years, and we remember that's our back, that I remember those goo-goo eyes that you two had for each other through the hallways and stuff. And we had fun together, sunshine dances and proms and everything. And we've always been close. We've always, I know, Kathy started me on Mary Kay makeup right away. You know, that's why I had the beautiful skin that I did. But I remember my daughter, I had hand-me-down clothes for Jema and Amy all the time.
Love it.
We did a lot of little things like that together all the time. And now, Kathy just a few years ago asked me to come back to her Bible study group, and I just love it. And just, we've always been a part of each other's lives. And congratulations on your 50 years.
Yay.
Love you.
So I have to go back a little bit before Joe really came into the picture. So the three of us have been friends since third grade, and it's one of those, because Dusty, you and I are somehow related, as you can all it's one of those strange and miraculous friendships. We've been friends for 60 years and have never had a fight. We may have had a difference of opinion, but it didn't stop us from loving each other. And the sweets started really in high school when they would make chocolate chip cookies for the basketball players. So that whole thing started because Kathy always made the ones that went in Joe's locker. So one thing I can say about having friends for 60 years is that you end up with extra people in that friendship. Spouses come in. And I have been fortunate that my spouse lets me pretty much do whatever I want, as long as he kind of knows I'm okay. So Kathy and Chris have had the same pretty much luxury that I've had in that direction. And they know, David, Joe, and Gary all know what the three of us mean to each other and have never stopped us from getting together, spending time with each other. And to this very day, Joe, sorry, I will come down for a day or two. Joe gives me a hug when I get there. He gives me a hug when I leave. He said, come back anytime. That's the power of the love between them, that it doesn't matter that there's a third wheel or a fourth wheel, you know, in the picture. And love you, and you too. Here's to another few years together. Thank you.
I just want to thank you for being such good examples through my whole life. I remember when they dated. Of course, I'm Kathy. I'm her niece. Trina, I'm the oldest grandchild of the family. I just want to thank them because from the time they dated and stuff, I remember at the lake, you know, and they just always been really good examples and role models in my life, and that and the Christian, you know, being a Christian, guidance with that, and I just want to thank them for that.
Okay. preach yesterday, so I feel the pressure's off today. Being the oldest, I was being yesterday with my daughter and walking her down the aisle. I was ready to lose it right when I was getting ready to walk when the doors opened. And it was time for everybody to look at me, and I was just like, I'm gonna lose it. But then I just all of a sudden just took a deep breath, and it's like, I mean, I could, but I didn't want to just lose it. So what I did is I just started gazing as we were walking down. I started looking at all the people on both sides of the aisle that came, that took time out of their lives to come to this celebration, you know, and then that got me through not breaking down, even though I wanted to, you know. So I'm gonna try to do that now. This is round 2. I practiced yesterday with the wedding. So as I look around and see all the blessings that my parents have been to everybody, you know, I'm very thankful. I mean, I could talk about for an hour. I was trying to think of just a few things that really, really were important in my life. I mean, and there's tons of them. But so I'll start off with one that I really I'm thankful for was just the support. I go back to elementary school at Reynolds Elementary, and Little League baseball for the Bank of Reynolds, and then Solly's, and being the oldest, you know, I was in Little League baseball, and Dad became the coach of Bank of Reynolds, and which I was so thankful, because I was pretty timid, because you don't know who your coach is going to be. And I still remember going to get the bats and balls, and then practicing and stuff at the house and everything else like that. And so just kind of through all the Little League, and then Jeremy came, and I was first base, he was second base. And I'm thankful for family of, I remember my dad was a coach, my mom was there every single ball game to just scream, you know. But I remember Grandpa and Grandma Krentz with their lawn chairs sitting right behind the backstop at Monon. I mean, all the time, whether it be the Krentz family, Brian and Scott and all them, or even Jim over there in Monticello, you know, that is family to me. They supported us when we were young, growing in elementary school. There was already that support of Mom and Dad. It was like a whole family. Get in the car, get in the van, we're going to the baseball game, you know. And so that really means a lot, even being 48 years old, back to my elementary school days, and then being with my brother on the same team. And another thing, with the Halsmers, then when we have tournament time up there in Monon, then the Halsmers would come in and they'd be the bat boys.
I remember being bat boys.
Yeah. You know, Gabriel and Matt, and we'd try to find them a Solly's uniform. You know, a Solly's uniform on, and they loved it. So it was just a family. It was a family event. Dad especially would say a prayer before every game in the dugout. You know, and we didn't know where everybody was at with all that, but I mean, everybody was in as a team of, whether it be Mike Hurt and Dad would always lead us a praying, you know, just we'd have a good game, safety, all that stuff, and then we'd give all glory to God. So that was just amazing. I still think about the Little League days back then. There were some good rivals, especially with the firemen up there, that's for sure, and Monon. Man, that was some good times. Okay, so fast forward. Another thing is, again, some of you guys have touched on. The second thing would be just the parties and the celebrations and graduations, and it started with, I think, Grandma and Grandpa Sublett. Grandpa Sublett was somewhat of a homebody, but he loved when company come over, and it was always in the kitchen cooking. And like, what can I get? These potatoes and gravy and fried chicken. Oh my gosh, you know, and just like, I mean, it was that Southern home style, you know, Thanksgiving, playing bingo in the garage, and I mean, just on and on and on and on. I could talk about this for hours, you know, because it really did mean a lot in my childhood. But Mom would open up, as we were getting to become teenagers, I mean, I remember just all the different parties, harvest parties, tons of harvest, dressing up. I mean, all you guys, that's all your pictures, dressing up, all different kinds of things, you know. At the Prince Farm, Disney, your favorite Disney character, and all this stuff. And then we'd have hay rides. That Dad did all the hay rides, you know, and then we would get off the hay ride, and then we'd try to run on the tractor, and just on and on. And everybody has childhoods like that. But I'm just giving a glimpse of how that mean to me. And then probably in the 90s. Like Mom, over when we were in Battleground, even having still parties, remember, Shania Twain, like line dancing, whether it be with Diane, and getting the boots on.
On that wedding last night, that line dancing song came on, and there wasn't hardly anybody that didn't know how to do the line dancing.
I know.
I don't care if they were 70, all the way down to like 4. I'm like, holy smokes.
Yeah. And I still remember that in the 90s doing that on the Battleground house there. We had parties of, turn on the line dance, everybody, and Achy Breaky Heart and on and on. We were ready to party and dance, So that was just my teenage stage with all that stuff too. And I can go on forever, but I'll go to my third and last one because you don't want to be here for 2 hours. But, and I could talk about it for 2 hours. I could talk for 2 hours. I think another thing is too, and I think you guys all know this, is the love. I'll try to make this is where I really got to get here. The love for God, the love for the Lord. My parents loved the Lord and loved God, and all 4 of us are still going to church regularly and trying to grow up and the next generation in that. And I really think my parents, we would spend Mona Community Church up there. Oh my gosh, we would go. We never missed a Sunday, never. Sunrise service on Easter Sunday morning, 6 a.m. We were there. We were with our Mom would always get us a Easter shirt and stuff like that. It didn't matter. We were going to church. It did not matter at all. All 4 of us, we were all 4 kids and them. We go to Mona Community Church, and just the VBS there, and Halsmers would join in the VBS there, Mona Community Church. We would be in cantatas and Christmas programs. We would have Sunday night youth group. Mom and Dad led in the youth when we were at North White. I remember we would go to youth group first, and then we'd have open gym at North White basketball. And then I remember like Mike or Al Brennan and Mike Hurt and some of these other ones. They started like, because basketball might be up from 7 to 9. Well, we're going to church first, and then we'll get to open gym late. But then we'll go play basketball. And it's just like, we have to go to church on Sunday night before we can go play open gym basketball. But that's just what they believed in, is we're going to church, So, and then just briefly still with this, what really ministered to me is them taking us to Christian concerts, Michael W. Smith, and on, or buying. I remember Dad bought the cassette, the big audio thing with the microphone, and then we played cassette tapes, for church and stuff like that. Singing Sandy Patty, was a morning like this, for Easter songs. Keith Green,
Amy Grant, yeah.
Amy Grant. That was the 80s of living on the farm. So that was just built into our family. If there was somebody in town down in Lafayette, we're going to go see Carmen. We're going to go see whatever, Russ Taff, whoever. Just in that, but that still means a lot to me because I still have my faith through all that. It was a foundation that was made, and so I'm thankful for that. Very great. And then I met my wife in youth group. Many years later, it's because of church. That's where I met Tara for 26 years now. So it was through church. So anyway, I'll stop talking. I'm sure I can think of more things. As you can see, I'm very, very blessed. very, and I think we're all very blessed, and all you guys are blessed of knowing the families. And in this day and age, there's not many families that can get together and do this, you know. I mean, but anyway, so does anybody else have anything else to say, or we?
I just want to talk about the Burt cake.
Burt cake?
Yep. That Grandma Burt would have when the Prince boys got together.
Oh, chocolate cake?
On the haymow, and we decided we needed a timer. We took the timer out of the kitchen, and we want to know why the cake got burnt, and we were mad. Grandma, why'd you burn the cake? Well, if I had a timer, I wouldn't burn the cake. That, and I got one more story out of Joe, and I don't know if it's true. But all I can do is tell the story like I heard it from the bearded man. The story goes, there was a $57 rag top, bought new, and they were going to squirrel hunt out of the car. And they all didn't own guns, and Joe was the baby. But Dad had a brand new car. And he can tell me if it ain't true, but I don't know. They didn't get the convertible top down yet. And he said, Joe, scoot over, but that gun wasn't unloaded yet. Joe put a peephole through the top of my dad's $57 rag top when he was asked to scoot over because the gun didn't get unloaded from the last trip. And I think Joe was pretty popular right after that. Child in the family. And I hear stories how fields used to be 100 acres and not thousands of acres, and there used to be pitch rows everywhere. And Dad put the car in drive, and he steered his foot, and all of them shot squirrels, and they tried to get him to land in the car. Now, I don't know how much of that is true, but that's the story that I heard. And only between him and the guy that's in the ground that's in heaven now. That's the only ones that know. And I'm sorry, Kathy, you were not part of that story.
Joe shook his head yes.
And then the only other thing I can say is that when the 17 cousins got together, there was always a basketball game, a wiffle ball bat, there were baseballs in the Suburban or in the big blue van. And we didn't have to go very far to have fun.
That's right.
So we were able to entertain ourselves, and all the other parents got together and they were able to do their things, and we had land to run on, a barn to play in. And 100 yards away you had a gorilla goal.
Yes.
So the trick hunt line. No more wooden posts that set picks on you.
That's right.
Scott Crims can set a pick like nobody's business. He would get there and hide behind the post and shoot left-handed, shoot right-handed. You couldn't block a shot because you fade away. Oh, there's one, there's another one. And the sweets started with Grandma Burt because she had the best sweets. Right. What I have to say is, they came from good people too.
Yes. Amen.
So,
that's right. That's right.
But it's a blessing.
That's right. That's right.
I employ about, it's sad to say, but today's world,
yeah.
I bet there's 200 that come through my place in a year.
Yep.
And so many of them don't have any idea what they want to do in life, don't have any kind of pathway. It's scary. So we are very lucky.
Yep. Very blessed. All right, let's toast Mom and Dad, Joe and Pat. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm not controlling it. Matthew or No, don't get me. Okay. Kyle, hey, can you just hold this for a second? I gotta take a picture.
Dad, pointed there?
What?
Pointed there?
No, you can just point. I don't know. Just hold on.
Oh, get back on the house. Let's get some pictures.
Just. Oh, now kids. I didn't know if you were done. Clap, Kyle.
Crazy Lit Family Party!
Like a dance battle. We need a dance battle.
I don't know how to go down.
It moves itself. It moves itself.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's so cool. Key change. How do I get it? There I go. You're in there.
So whatever level you're on is where it's gonna be. Yeah.
Oh, you can turn it.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad. Wow, 50 years. What an accomplishment. What an achievement. So wish I could be there with you guys to celebrate. But looking forward to this video that Jeremy is putting together for you guys. So I just wanted to say, well done. Thank you for being committed and sticking with each other for 50 plus years now. And so thankful that you are my parents, that God has blessed me with you guys, that you guys stayed committed, and just that you gave us for, you know, a great childhood and stability, and that we could always count on you guys. And yeah, thank you so much. I know marriage is not easy, but I so appreciate you guys and love you both very, very much. Happy anniversary.
Hey, Mom and Dad. How you guys doing? So, of course, I didn't say anything at the anniversary party just because I couldn't get the words out, so I figured I'd do it here by myself, no one else around. So, wanted to say thanks for all you've done through the years for us. 50 years, that's a long time. But it's just, it means a lot to us that you guys are still together, and you know, we're still a family. So some of the things that I reminisce about, just looking back at things that we've done together as a family. Grissom Air Force Base was always fun. I remember very good memories, you know, with that, seeing the model airplanes, seeing the Thunderbirds and that kind of stuff. Being close to both grandparents meant a lot to me. Just being able to run across the field and be with them. So I couldn't ask for better grandparents. And being a kid in the 80s and 90s, you look back and I'm so glad I was born in the 70s and was a kid, like I said, in the 80s and 90s, just being around, I don't know, just before all technology hit, and you know, Star Wars came out, Indiana Jones came out, Back to the Future came out, and so it was just, Hoosiers came out. So looking back, it was really special. I'm very thankful to be born in that time period. So that's a few things that I can think right offhand that I'm very thankful for. So I'm thankful for you guys. Thank you for just being around and being present and just being involved. So thank you guys, and again, happy 50th. Love you guys. See you later.